Okay, so let's start with tenses. Okay, so we did verbs yesterday, right? Infinitive gerunds. So now tenses are what when you are going to use your verbs, you are going to use them in a particular tense, right? Be it what do you say, present tense, past tense, or future tense. And it is very important that your tense should be very, very correct to the context that you are talking, because if the tense is incorrect, then it changes the meaning of the entire sentence. Just a minute. Now this is a very simple type, but we have all these types are further divided into other subtypes. Okay, we'll see that eventually. So past tense, present, and future tense. Now we'll see their subtypes, and we'll see when these types are used, like when you want what information you want to convey and what tense will you use. Okay, so first we're going to study the very simple forms of tenses, that is a simple present, simple past, and simple future. So to begin with simple present, okay. Now simple present tense is going to address anything which is a, first of all, it's going to address whichever it's a fact, okay, or anything without any reference to the completeness or incompleteness. So basically it's not going to tell you like I am eating food. So if I am eating food is a continuous process, right? I am still eating morsel by morsel. Now that is a continuous thing that you know, okay, this activity is going on. But with simple tense, you will not know if the activity is going on or if it's complete or incomplete. You're just going to know that it happens, okay? So like for example, when I say I exercise in the morning, now you don't know if this person is exercising every morning or if this person is exercising which particular morning. It's just simple, I exercise in the morning. Sham studies during the night. Okay, again very, very plain information. Okay, now we saw just an example. We now see when at what times do we use simple present tense. Okay, so as I said, simple present tense is used to denote a recurring action, okay? Something that happens repetitively. So if you eat medicines, for example, every night, then I'm going to say I eat medicine. In that case, it's happening recurring because you're eating your medicine or your tablets every night, okay? Now we'll see examples. Every year, you should have a YER year, the school selects new students for the school council. Okay, so this happens every year. Okay, it's a recurring situation that the school is going to select new students, right? Every month grandpa goes for a blood checkup. Again, this is recurring. It happens every month, or it doesn't have to be month or year. It can be something that you do on daily basis, like I exercise every morning. Okay, so your verb exercise and goes and selects are in the pure form. You put an s after it. Okay, to represent a universal truth. Now, when you have a universal fact, okay, now the sun rises in the east. This is a universal fact, right? Milk is white in color. Okay, all these are universal facts, things that will not change ever. Okay, the earth is a sphere, right? This is not going to change. It is universally known. Okay, like if I say the sky is blue or the sky appears black, it is going to change depending on the time time of the day, or if it's night, or it's going to be blue. If it's daytime, it's going to be blue. If it's nighttime, it's going to be black. So now that is not a universal fact. Universal fact means something that's going to be constant everywhere in the universe and something that is not going to change over time. So simple present tenses are used to represent universal truths. Universal truth, okay? To express a habit, routine, or activity. So he always washes his hands before eating. So now this is a routine, or this is a habit. He has this habit of washing his hands every day, right? So he always washes his hands before eating. Dad takes a walk every night. The bank opens at 9 a.m. Now these are routine activities. Okay, so we saw three instances. The first one was when we have to denote a recurring action. Okay, something that happens repetitively. Now these are so now when I say recurring action, Even a habit is a recurring action, right? So I have classified into a lot of things, but they are very, very similar. Then when it is used to represent a universal truth, then when it is used to express a habit, to denote a future action. Okay, now to denote something in future, now don't be confused by talking about a simple present tense, but how can be used to denote a future action? So the future action is going to be in this form. Okay, in a very factual form. See, if you see the second sentence, he begins his journey tomorrow. Okay, now you can say he will begin his journey, that is also correct, but when you say he begins his journey, means you're very, very sure it's like a factual thing, because that is going to happen. Okay, so you can say this, you can put this future tense in a simple present format. So this is just a twist so that you all don't get confused. Okay, this is going to happen in the future, but why have we written it in the simple present tense? You can still make it look, you can still write it in simple present tense. Okay, please go back, it is about to rain. So when it's going to rain, okay, in some time, or in the nearest future, you are going to put it in simple present tense. So see, in your exam, you don't have to classify tenses, or you don't have to mark them as simple present or past present. Just see to it that the sentence that you read is conveying what the speaker wants to say. Means you cannot say he what do you say, he was beginning his journey tomorrow. You cannot say he was beginning, because that is, was will be past and tomorrow is future. Okay, so you can say he will begin his journey tomorrow, or he begins his journey tomorrow. Okay, now we saw simple present or simple past. To denote actions and events that already have been concluded. Already have been concluded means they were started and they are finished. Okay, the events have happened already, generally formed by adding a D or an ED to the root verb. Okay, so when I say root verb, so in this case, our root verb is perform. We have added an ED and made it performed. She performed well in the competition. Okay, he cancelled the tickets at the very last moment. So cancelled, performed, right? The simple past when you add an ED, D, ED, or even an EN. Okay, like I have eaten my food. So ED or an EN. Now, why is it used? So as I told you, according to the definition, events that have happened in the past, he waited there for an hour, so he waited. See, in simple past, the event has happened in the past and is finished. Okay, he has waited, and now maybe he's not there and he's left already. So he waited there for an hour. She lived in the city for nearly 4 years, so lived. He reached home, completed his meal, and walked an hour. So now you see there are 3 tenses: reach, complete, and walk. Okay, and all 3 are in the simple past tense. And remember, whenever you put a tense, whenever you have tense in your sentence, you should have it. Okay, so that rule we'll see ahead. Okay, so 3 tenses to express past habits and practices. Now in simple present, what we saw, to express current habits. Okay, now past habits or practices. So he studied economics in his graduation. He trekked a lot during his college days. Okay, to relate to other past continuous actions means what? When okay, so past continuous actions are what? So first of all, understand, now we're doing simple past, but let me tell you what is past continuous. So whenever something happened in the past and it was happening and it did not stop, okay, it happened for a long period of time, that is past continuous. Okay, so when she was sitting, now if you see was sitting is in continuous, so generally in continuous you're going to always have an ing. So if it's ing, you should know that it is continuous, and when you have a was, it is definitely a past, right? Will is future, was is past, and is going to be present. So while she was sitting there, she heard a strange noise. Okay, so this person was sitting there and then she heard a noise. Okay, so this is your past simple past tense, and this is your past continuous actions. Okay, so what is the meaning of the sentence? the meaning of the sentence is that that girl was sitting there for a very long time, say for 10 minutes or for an hour. Okay, and then she heard some strange noise. Now this noise was maybe for 10 seconds or for 20 seconds. So she was sitting was a long period. Okay, and the noise that she heard was for a very short period. That is why you have put this in a simple past tense and this in a past continuous tense. There are rules ahead which we are going to see. Right now, just know that this is simple past and this is past continuous. Okay. The rules we'll see after we are introduced to all the tenses, then we'll see the rules. While she was sleeping, the robbers broke in. Okay, so this girl was sleeping. Maybe she was sleeping for 4 hours, maybe 8 hours, and then the robbers broke in. Okay, so the robbers might have been inside the house for how long? 30 minutes. Okay.